The 4th of July is a time for celebration. It's a time for fun, spending time with family and friends. But there is the risk. We know it is there that comes with this holiday. Many people across the nation are going to be setting off their fireworks on their own, and they're going to be taking a break and doing some grilling for the holiday, right? There are some dangers inherent in both of those activities, fun as they may be. That is why we have with us now from the Fire Academy, Verdugo Fire Academy, Chief Sam Digiovanna. Thank you for being with us. You've talked to us before about fire risk. It's never more important, though, on the 4th of July because you've got so many people doing these activities that they maybe haven't ever done before involving at-home fireworks. What's the biggest mistake that people make when they're using fireworks at home?
Well, the biggest mistake they use is when they bring in illegal fireworks. But the flip side to that is there's really nothing safe about safe and sane fireworks. When you put a 1200-degree sparkler in a child's hand or you hold those fireworks, that leads to a lot of danger. So my advice is leave it to the professionals. Go to a show and don't watch your money go up in smoke.
Okay, so the advice is don't do them, but we know many people will. So what are some precautions folks can take at home, things that they should have on hand when they're taking part in these activities?
Well, the one thing you want to do is if you light off a firecracker or, any fireworks of any type and they're duds, don't go up and try to relight them. Just leave them alone. Don't hold them in your hand. Don't let children hold them. And keep a garden hose or a bucket of water close by if you are going to be using them.
We've seen over the years, Chief, that a lot of areas have instilled fireworks bans. Is this something as a firefighter you like to see? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a double-edged sword. I like to see the banned fireworks, but what happens is the deadly, dangerous, and illegal fireworks come in so that now you have a bigger problem because ban the fireworks, that's good, but people will find ways to bring fireworks in and the more dangerous ones come in, and we're seeing a lot of that this year.
What are the most common injuries that you all see when you show up at a scene after a fireworks accident?
Usually it's hand or face or arm injuries, but definitely hands are #1 injury.
And there's not really a warning before some of these go off erratically, correct? I mean, it just happens.
Yeah, they can malfunction like anything else, and they're fireworks. They're dangerous. Sometimes that fuse can burn a lot quicker than what you're anticipating. So very, very dangerous. You have to use really good common sense and situational awareness.
Right. And it happens fast. Barbecue danger is another thing that we worry about this time of year. What are some of the mistakes people make, some ways that they can prevent getting into a pinch here?
The biggest mistake they make is keeping their barbecuing close to anything combustible, especially we're seeing that out here in the West next to dry vegetation. If you are going to be barbecuing, make sure you never leave the grill unattended, never have children come closer than 5 to 10 feet from it, and keep a garden hose or a fire extinguisher nearby.
Yep. And you mentioned the dry conditions. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of wildfires across Canada. They're already sparking out in the western part of the United States. How much does this raise the level of concern for fires around the 4th?
Yeah, high fire danger, high fire concern. Definitely. This is when we see just the past few days, few weeks, we've actually seen a lot of increases in vegetation, brush fires. So very dangerous time right now, especially with the heat and 4th of July, bad combination.
Right. And so be careful because I'm looking at some of the numbers. AAA estimating 50 million people are going to be traveling to their 4th of July plans. A majority of those will be driving. So what's your advice in some of these areas that are more dry than others for people who are going to be hitting the road and the safe practices they should partake in?
Well, the first thing we all know, buckle up. Make sure that you buckle up, give yourself plenty of time, be patient, put away that cell phone. And the big thing, too, is if someone cuts you off or honks at you, let it go. We're seeing so much road rage on our highways nowadays. Just let it go. You'll have a better 4th of July without getting in an encounter with someone on the road.
Yeah, practice your patience. We want everybody to have a safe and happy 4th of July. Chief Sam Digiovanna, thank you for being with us. We appreciate your important message, and have a great 4th.
You too, Marni. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.